What's up, guys? Eric from BitNation here, episode 2 of Metal Gear Solid 4 Let's Play. And here, at the very beginning now of this second video, will be a nice cinematic here. Very reminiscent of Metal Gear Solid 3, a character at the end of his time.
Even the dead have ears.
Snake, we've got to go. We've got an old friend waiting for you.
Otacon. The test results.
Proteome analysis was positive, but the mRNA analysis turned up negative. The wrinkled skin, the hardened arteries. Your early aging symptoms look like classic Werner syndrome. But none of the tests were able to pinpoint the cause.
So,
Well, judging by how rapidly the aging has progressed, I'd say
a year at best, right?
yeah.
Seemingly invincible protagonist, coming to terms
Snake,
with his eventual demise.
let's try another doctor.
It won't make any difference. I'm not an ordinary man to begin with. Not to mention Fox died.
You're right. But we don't know where Naomi is.
Naomi.
Snake!
Colonel. Good to see you.
Well, I'm not a colonel anymore, Snake.
I figured the only place I'd see you dressed like that would be at your daughter's wedding. What are you doing these days?
I'm working for an organization under the UN Security Council. The Analysis and Assessment Staff of the PMC Oversight and Inspection Committee.
Yeah, I remember the resolution being passed a few years ago.
Snake, I came across some information in my work. We found him. In the Middle East.
What?
Speaking, of course, of Liquid Ocelot or Liquid Snake, whatever you want to call it.
I'll explain along the way. We've got to stop him. Now. Before it's too late.
Liquid's made his move. We've found him.
He's preparing to unleash his insurrection. Liquid is lying in wait in a Middle Eastern war zone. Track him down.
And what you saw there, of course, was the advanced aging,
Only 2 eggs today?
typical of a clone of the original Big Boss.
7, 8, 9, 2, 5, 9, 0, 3, 6, 0, 9, 3, 3, 0, 5, 3, 0, 5, 4, 8, 8, 2.
One of the more intelligent characters in the entire series. with that, transition to what would be Act 1, Chapter 1. And we are back in the Middle East.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
What's the situation?
I'm just inside the city limits. This place is crawling with lizards.
Ah, AT Corps' unmanned bipedal weapons. Officially designated Irving by the U.S. military. They've spread like wildfire among the PMCs. There are more of those things now in service than tanks.
You can
They've got
understand
tough
why.
armor plating and are highly agile to boot. Your best bet is to stay out of their sights.
Unmanned. Pretty soon they'll have put living, breathing soldiers out of work.
Even so, that's an awful lot of gecko for this scenario. Their numbers exceed the war price for that region. It must have something to do with Liquid's arrival on the scene.
You really think he's here?
You'll have to find the Army's operatives and ask them yourself. Oh, and Snake, I went ahead and used the Mark II to scout out the area before your arrival. You'll find it up ahead.
Mark II?
It's a remote mobile terminal. Sonny and I built it. The Mark II will provide you with a map of the area as well as any battle situation data. You should find it before you do anything else.
Okay, got it.
The rendezvous point is marked on your map. I'll be waiting for you there.
Alright, fellers. So let's get to stepping. I'm not looking to kill anybody here. Certainly not looking to be found out. Now this little line around you would indicate any kind of presence of enemies. As you can see with that lump, corresponds with the PMC soldiers over there. So I am going to sneak in here. Stop a moment to allow my suit to adjust, and we're off. Be careful not to jostle those bottles there. And an armored personnel carrier. Coming to check everything out and block the way. 2, 4, 6. 6 soldiers. Hop out of that bastard. Well, that made things a little more interesting, but nothing I can't handle. Here we are.
Avoid unnecessary combat whenever possible. In this war, neither side is your enemy. There's no point whatsoever in you getting into a fight. Got it?
Well, that's not true. That's unfortunate. Believe it or not, a large part of this game is managing your psyche. As Snake has gotten older, he has... I don't want to say gotten weaker, because that's not the case. But he certainly hasn't gotten stronger. And in this scenario, you gotta make sure that you're keeping in mind his limitations, his newfound limitations. The more he's in the sun, the more stressful it becomes. The more he's in combat, the more stress is put on his body. Always got to make sure you look out for items. Uh-oh. Okay. Good thing they're not looking for me. Okay, very good. Could use that as a distraction at some point, perhaps. Got another compress for my psych. Or psyche, whatever you want to call it. And away we go. It's quite unfortunate, but that gentleman died a while back. And here's the PMC's propaganda machine, hard at work. Now, if you press start, you should be able to very easily see where your objective is. Not only that, but also ways that are blocked off, and enemies that have been killed also. Now, in here, I'm pretty damn... Oh. Okay, I need to die. I'm dead now. Now with this, you can tell when the enemy is moving. You should be able to move around without being seen. Alright, so there he is. We're moving forward. And we are moving forward again. Let our suit acclimate. Now, I know next to nothing about the conflict in the Middle East, comparative to, say, historical conflicts. But I would think this is a pretty good representation of a battlefield in that area. I mean, obviously the subject matter is going to be different, but the general tone, I think, is quite similar. Alright, let's go. Very nice, very nice. Making sweet, sweet time. Okay. So here we are in the next place, and I think I will call it after this. There's a brief cinematic here afterwards. I'm going to take the high road here, although you could take the low road. Might actually be a bit better.
And get past small gaps and obstacles.
All right. Alright, so we're going to wait for this patrolman to come on back. Unless he's not. There he is. And we're going to let him be. Alright. We were on this side. Let the suit acclimate, and we're moving again. Making sure not to allow many people to see us, staying in the shadows as much as we can to avoid detection here. Being aware of the men on the ground.
What? Something just...
Nope. Doesn't happen. Is that guy running or something? That guy is quite obviously fucking insane. Ah. Give me more of that. Always need more of that. Okay. He's walking away. This gentleman's walking away as well. Shh, 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 shh. Gotta be careful not to knock over stuff. Alright, after this cinematic, I'm gonna call it quits.
It's me, Snake. Snake, it's me. Sorry to keep you waiting, Snake. Allow me to introduce Metal Gear Mark II.
Metal Gear.
That's right. Just like Rex.
This would be where it's showing you Metal Gear Rex from the original Metal Gear Solid.
But this gear's not a weapon.
But you guys don't need to see that.
It's a remote mobile terminal designed to provide you with operational support.
Surprisingly enough, this piece of tech is actually pretty useful.
I'm in the Nomad. Where else? I'll be watching you through
It
the
sort of
market.
makes the game too easy, to be honest.
Hey, I'll be with you in spirit. Anyway, because you had to dress up as a militiaman, I had the Mark II bring you some goodies. Starting with this.
And here's where you get your
Put it
weapons
on
for the
your
mission.
left eye.
Looks like an eye patch.
Very, very useful.
I call it the Solid Eye. It's an all-purpose goggle that displays radar images and other data in 3D. You can also switch it over to light-amplifying night vision.
But it's limited on power, so. You know what I really enjoy though? All the cutscenes, they save your
It looks like they've got the government
camouflage
PM
for your
suit
octo
speed.
suit, which is
At
pretty
least in
nice.
numbers.
And this is their own turf.
Snake, I know this is a sneaking mission, but you'll need to protect yourself.
Where'd you pull that out of? Jeez.
An operator.
I installed a suppressor. And here's a tranquilizer gun.
Thoughtful.
It predates the implementation of the system. By some miracle, it was never recycled. It's getting tough.
Yeah,
these
you'll
days
have to
finding
see what
decent
we
guns that aren't
will need to
controlled.
do to actually use the guns we pick up off of soldiers later on here.
You coming?
Of course. I'll follow you wherever you go. Like this. I'll activate stealth so it doesn't attract any attention.
You know, I don't believe for this Let's Play I'll be using the Mach II.
Got it.
Snake.
Makes things
The
way too
informers who
easy.
said they saw liquid here should be a little further up. Head for the rendezvous point. I've placed a mark on the radar in the upper right corner of the Solid Eye. It's a war zone out there. Stay on your toes.
Alright guys. And that is that. So, I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching. My name is Eric. This is episode 2 of BitNation's Metal Gear Solid 4 Let's Play. And I will see you guys next time.